Hi, welcome to She Spice. So clearly, Chad has emerged with a sensational disclosure that appears to affirm what we could have all been thinking up and down. His father's unparalleled Tom Hanks is purportedly a mysterious overseer for the subtle Hollywood elites in a detailed story that is going to shake Hollywood. Chad spilled all the details on what it's been like experiencing childhood in the overwhelming shadow of his dad's distinction. So what precisely did he say? Everybody knows the benefits. You know they're plain as day. I'm exceptionally honored. I got to venture to the far corners of the planet, stay in decent lodgings, fly confidential planes, and a jaw-dropping uncover that has the tattle factory working over the long haul. Chad laid out the severe truth about experiencing childhood in the renowned shadow of his well-known father. Apparently, Chad isn't keeping down any punches and is, by all accounts, pointing fingers soundly at Tom, blaming him for being too caught up with pursuing the fabulousness and marvelousness of Hollywood's world-class circles, all while ignoring his own family. Chad's tells-all videos keenly masked. As a component of his discipline program on his YouTube channel, uncovering the deplorable battles he persevered in as a young man, managing persistent tormenting at school without the direction of a solid and strong mentor as opposed to being there for his close family. Tom purportedly appeared to be more fixated on looking for notoriety and cozying up to the grandiose in Pinseltown, and it was very difficult to separate their walls, so I experienced a ton of scorn, a ton of enmity, and a great deal of pessimism since everyone was simply ready to loathe my stomach. The hopeful rapper communicated significant dissatisfaction and depression, sharing how steady harassing at school left him without a solid male good example to go to for direction, as opposed to being a current dad. Tom appeared to be more centered on relaxing. At the center of attention and acquiring favor with the glitzy Hollywood group, I didn't play areas of strength for a part model to tell me, brother, that these individuals are only desirous of you. Chad was uncovered with a hint of disdain in his voice, suggesting that his dad's journey for notoriety and first-class associations left him feeling ignored and without the help he wanted during those troublesome times. Chad proceeded to relate how the honors of growing up as Tom Hanks' child brought along its own arrangement of difficulties. He turned into an objective of desire and hostility, with individuals framing negative feelings about him without trying to get to know the genuine him as opposed to remaining by his child and offering direction through these preliminaries. Tom had all the earmarks of being too caught up in the advantages of distinction, flying all over the planet and hobnobbing with the Hollywood tip-top, and that made me foster a load of emotional baggage and stroll around with a ton of outrage. All things considered, it just drove me down a path of implosion. Chad uncovered that his father's distinction and height had created a massive disdain around him, making it hard for him to interface with others. While Chad recognized the exceptional open doors that accompanied being the offspring of a Hollywood symbol, he was unable to disregard the dejection and seclusion he felt because of his dad's known attendance in his life. His complaints appeared to highlight Tom's tenacious quest for distinction and approval, which eclipsed his obligations as a dad. My experience was significantly more convoluted on the grounds that, on top of notoriety previously being poisonous, I wasn't even popular. I was simply the child of someone well-known, so I hadn't even successfully merited any kind of acknowledgement, and that made a great deal of scorn for me. My father is dearest. He's on a platform visit shared revealing insight into the dissimilarity between his dad's reverence and the hatred coordinated towards him, as the video spread like quickly across web-based entertainment. Some view it as a weep for consideration, while others see it as a courageous disclosure against the hazier side of Hollywood distinction. Regardless, it appears as though the visit's disclosures were nothing if not the real truth. You see, regardless of Tom's not being deliberate about nurturing his relationship with Hollywood elites, it has been apparent as a matter of fact that it appears to have been taken care of in more than one way. First, we have the 2016 honor that Tom got from that point. President Barack Obama. Tom Hanks was regarded by President Barack Obama with the official Declaration of Opportunity as the most elevated conceivable distinction for a U.S. regular citizen. Thomas J. Hanks. The award is given out to the country's best competitors, entertainers, and researchers, notwithstanding Hanks. Obama gave decorations of opportunity to Robert Darrow, Bruce Springsteen, Diana Ross, Jordan Draftsman, Plain Gary Giverbill, and Melinda Entryways, and mathematician Margaret H. Hamilton Obama gave a uniquely high recognition to Hanks, portraying him as America's father, and proceeding to say that Tom has consistently saved his best job for genuine. He is a decent man, which is the best title you can have. The boldness one fan even remarked on the honor, saying that I'm the most wiped out F in each room. At any point, I go into decoration. I mean, sure, Tom may be a gifted entertainer, yet that doesn't consequently make him a wonderful father. Chet's disclosures paint an alternate picture. Altogether, being a decent man, in actuality, well, talk is cheap, and it seems to be that Tom's encounters tell an alternate story at any rate. Fans immediately came to an obvious conclusion and thought that those subtle Hollywood elites could have made some things happen to get Tom that renowned honor. I mean, no mystery. He's hobnobbed with the top dogs in Hollywood, and when you're agreeable with the strong and renowned who understands what sort of most loved they can pull off, what's more, Hank has an extensive variety of companions who most fans view as first class in the showbiz business, from co-stars like Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts to chiefs like Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard. Tom Hanks has fabricated an organization of persuasive companions all through his vocation. These connections stretch out past expert joint efforts, as Tom has frequently been seen associating with these high-profile people in different settings, further hardening his status in Hollywood's first-class circles. Picture this as the cream of Hollywood, including any semblance of Barack and Michelle Obama. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, Bruce Springsteen, and Patty Alpha, all assembled under one rooftop. And whose rooftop, you ask? Well, in all honesty, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson's $26 million Pacific Palisades house discuss. A ritzy undertaking, it was a Sunday night to recollect as the big-name power couples dropped upon the Hank home around 7:00 p.m. Prepared to party the night away. And what was the event, you may wonder? Graciously, simply the festival of Tom and Rita's 35th wedding commemoration. Yet wait for a minute or two, since this wasn't your typical light at super, for two Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are praising their affection. The long-lasting couple celebrated 35 years of marriage at the end of the week, and celebrated with sweet recognition. Tom and Rita chose to go hard and fast and transform their commemoration into an end-of-week festival by welcoming a portion of Hollywood's most remarkable and world-class stars for a low-key supper at their sumptuous home. Trust us, when Hollywood eminence meets up, you know it's going to be a memorable night. The Hanks Chateau, settled in a peaceful, cool desert, played host to this selective get-together, and it was the spot to be for all the creme de la creme of the diversion world. Paparazzi were without a doubt clamoring to get a brief look at these famous characters as they showed up in a steady progression. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, Bruce Springsteen, and Patty Alpha are all hobnobbing and sharing giggles. Under one rooftop is essentially notorious. And here's the odd part, the party happened until well after 12 p.m. That is correct, people. This elegant slam made it clear that things are not pulling back regardless. Following these cases made against Hanks, there have been bits of hearsay that the Illuminati needs to put him out to try not to be uncovered further. Some time back, certain individuals were asserting that Tom Hanks was being kept to clear a path for the rise of Michael Clark Rockefeller, who had expired. Michael Rockwell was not just the child of one of the most extravagant and influential men in America. He was the child of the legislative leader of the territory of New York. Now the question is, why would he be captured and supplanted so quickly? Well, that is probable since he has been very vocal about the supposed dim insights of this industry, for instance, as a figure famous for his validity and virtues. Tom Hanks has left the two fans and industry peers in a state of shock and profound reflection with his new disclosures. His bold decision to address a profoundly imbued and delicate issue features the weightiness of the circumstances as well as prompts disrupting inquiries regarding the degree of these supposed bad behaviors at the core of the media outlet. Anywhere there's a manager with subordinates in any partnership or any industry, you have a sort of sexual governmental issue that goes on, that can be evidently Hollywood's once glimmering exterior has started to uncover breaks, especially as a rising number of its individuals gather the fortitude to dismantle the drapery and disclose lethal, dim mysteries that have stayed hid for a really long time. Tom Hanks, with his distinguished lifetime and perfect standing, stands as a paragon of excellence in an industry that is frequently defaced by discussions concurring with him. I have pulled each and every one of those snapshots of myself on a set. Not every person is at their best, each and every day on a film set. I've had extreme days attempting to be at. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.